Welcome to the channel, Reds. Big transfer drama at Anfield. Florian Wirtz talks heat up, a £70 million deal collapses, and Quansah could be on the move, plus Arne Slot's selection decisions are already causing waves. Let's break it all down. Hit that like button and let's dive in. Liverpool transfer news. Fresh Florian Wirtz talks emerge as Leverkusen set sights on Red Star. Liverpool are already making moves in the transfer market as they seek more star power to bolster Arne Slot's title-winning squad ahead of the upcoming 2025-26 campaign. Liverpool mean business in the summer transfer window. And after swiftly securing a replacement for the outgoing Trent Alexander-Arnold, the Reds are now closing in on a British record transfer. Arne Slot and co. are in a strong position after winning the Premier League and will be out to defend their domestic crown. The Dutchman will be given the funds to strengthen the squad after predominantly working with the same group of players he inherited from Jurgen Klopp last summer. While the focus is on incomings, a number of outgoings are expected too. Darwin Núñez could be the biggest name to depart, with Liverpool weighing up a move for a new number 9. Fresh Wirtz talks. We're getting closer to a deal, but talks between Liverpool and Bayer Leverkusen are ongoing over the finer details of the monstrous package that will see Florian Wirtz head to Anfield. The Reds will not be meeting the £126 million price tag that Leverkusen have slapped on their sought-after star. But they are prepared to offer the Bundesliga outfit a guaranteed £100 million, with the deal likely to eclipse the current British transfer record with add-ons. Leverkusen I Quansah. There has been plenty of speculation that players could be included in a deal to get Wirtz over the line, and Bayer Leverkusen have now been credited with an interest in Quansah. The Athletic have confirmed that the £40 million rated centre-half is indeed on the German outfit's radar, with Leverkusen in the market for a new defender. Any deal for Quansah would be separate to the blockbuster one involving Wirtz, who will likely become the most expensive Premier League player of all time should a move to Anfield be finalized. Leverkusen are in the market for a new central defender after losing Jonathan Tah on a free transfer to Bayern Munich. Kerkez gets green light for move. Milos Kerkez has been given the green light to join Liverpool by his Bournemouth teammate, Justin Kluivert. Kerkez is known to be the Reds' top target as they seek another left-back. Talks over a deal with one of the Cherries' star performers are ongoing, with Kerkez keen on joining Arne Slot's side. And Kluivert has now told Voetbal Primer he'll probably go there. I hope so for him. He hasn't really said goodbye yet, but I hope he'll make it happen there. Arne Slot's Liverpool selection policy has created unwanted transfer outcome. Quansah's potential Liverpool exit underlines the difficulty facing several members of the squad this summer, whether to move on or try to earn a starting spot next season. Arne Slot has faced little in the way of criticism since taking over at Liverpool last summer. Rightly so, for a head coach who defied all expectations by winning the Premier League title, was 90 minutes away from adding a cup competition to his medal haul, and was eliminated from the Champions League on penalties by Europe's best side. Given he achieved that with a squad assembled by another manager makes it all the more commendable. Yet that is changing. Jeremy Frimpong's signing has been confirmed. Florian Wirtz is set to follow soon, while Milos Kerkez's arrival is also anticipated, in addition to the 2 new goalkeepers who will rival Alisson next season. In many ways, the Arne Slot era at Anfield is only really beginning now. But as Liverpool charts its path through the murky transfer waters, one drawback of Slot's approach is coming to the forefront. Quansah's situation and the reports that emerged on Wednesday underlined this. The Liverpool Academy graduate is among the best young centre-backs in the country, has shown clear development since establishing himself in the squad, and could be a Premier League regular for the next decade. Yet there's a sense he may need to move on in order to further his career. Quansah was among the cohort of sidelined stars this season under Slot, who played a peripheral role. Every team has its fringe members, but the Dutchman's reluctance to deploy certain players meant he drew his starting players from an incredibly small pool. Only 12 outfield players started in 10 or more Premier League matches in 2024-25. At Arsenal, that number was 16, Manchester City had 14, while Chelsea's tally sits at 15. Slot has even openly referred to having starters and non-starters on several occasions, and the decision not to incorporate those on the margins is reverberating into the transfer market. Caoimhin Kelleher was open about his need to hold down a regular spot elsewhere and has already departed. Harvey Elliott admitted he may need to leave for the sake of his career, while Watru Endo and Federico Chiesa have also spoken publicly about their lack of minutes. Darwin Núñez may leave as well, and Kostas Tsimikas is expected to move on when Kirkez arrives. Slot may not have alienated players as such, but he has left plenty wondering what their next steps are. It's remarkable how many players could be deemed dispensable for a squad that is typically portrayed as a collective, cohesive unit. Liverpool's challenge will be persuading suitors to pay substantial fees for players who are clearly not central to Slot's plans. It was notable that Kelleher was sold for an initial fee of £12. $5 million, $16 million, around half the reported asking price of £25 million, $32 million. Liverpool's £70 million deal off after Star says no. Liverpool had a £70 million deal ready to go, but it's now off after the Star said no. The Reds will need to look elsewhere. Liverpool entertained a bid from Al Hilal for Darwin Núñez back in January, as exclusively revealed by Anfield Watch. The Reds rejected that offer purely because of the timing. They didn't want to lose a first-team player mid-season, not with trophies to be won. There was every expectation, however, that Al Hilal would be back in for Núñez. After all, they will feature in the FIFA Club World Cup this summer. They've been desperate to find a striker for it too, with Núñez on their shopping list. Of course, he hasn't been the only one. Victor Osimhen was also on there, along with Sporting's Victor Gyökeres. Darwin Núñez says no. Corriere dello Sport claims Núñez will not be moving to Al Hilal as he rejected their offer. This comes one day after the transfer deadline for the Club World Cup shut. Liverpool expected some sort of movement from Al Hilal on Tuesday. Essentially, things would go either way, a deal for Núñez or Al Hilal giving up. We firmly got our answer. Al Hilal will not be signing Núñez. The striker supposedly prefers a move to a major European club this summer, despite being open to a Saudi Arabian transfer back in January. Things change, of course, and Liverpool, who had this £70 million deal well and truly on, now must look elsewhere to sell Núñez. Atletico Madrid are certainly one of the teams in that race. But this is a bit of a blow unless Al Hilal or another Saudi side are open to signing Núñez without the Club World Cup in mind. They bring a lot of money to the table for deals like this, driving the price right up. Without them, Liverpool may struggle to get the £70 million they hoped for. It may even be that Núñez rejects any and all Saudi bids for his services. The club certainly want to move him on this summer, though. Where he ends up is anyone's guess right now, but it appears Al Hilal is no longer the option it was. Jarell Quansah transfer latest. Liverpool could be forced into $54 million rethink as concrete talks begin. We've rounded up the main reports on Jarell Quansah's future as Bayer Leverkusen begins making plans for the Florian Wirtz money it is set to receive from Liverpool. Jarell Quansah found himself embroiled in the latest Liverpool transfer saga on Wednesday, as reports surrounding his future dominated national media headlines and social media discussion. Reports linking the defender with a move to Bayer Leverkusen began last week, when it was claimed he could be used as a makeweight in the deal to bring Florian Wirtz to Liverpool. Harvey Elliott was another name mentioned as a possible player of interest to Leverkusen, but those reports have since dried up. Instead, it's Quansah's name that has again resurfaced as the Wirtz deal edges closer to completion. Fabrizio Romano was the first commentator to link Liverpool's academy graduate with Leverkusen. He wrote on X that Quansah was on the club's shortlist along with Sevilla's Loic Bade to replace the outgoing Jonathan Tah. The Athletic followed with a detailed report on the situation, claiming Quansah is being considered and is valued at £40 million, $54 million by the Reds. The report adds Liverpool rate him highly and have no intention of selling the centre-back this summer. However, the club could be forced into a rethink if a suitable offer is presented by Leverkusen. The Daily Mail also claims that any deal for Quansah would be independent of Liverpool's pursuit of Wirtz, who is expected to cost a British record transfer fee when he completes the move to Anfield. The same outlet states the Reds are not thinking of letting Quansah leave at this stage. Meanwhile, Sky Germany reporter Florian Plettenberg wrote on X that concrete talks have already begun between Liverpool, Leverkusen, and the players' representatives, with the German side not pushing to sign Bade. It comes after a disappointing season for Quansah, who played in just 13 Premier League matches, only starting 5. After being selected in his preferred centre-back role in the opening game of the season, Slot opted against starting him at the heart of defence in the league until after the title was wrapped up. He has also been linked with a move to Newcastle United, but would command a high fee given he signed a long-term contract extension in October. Slot said at the end of the campaign that the 22-year-old needed to add consistency to his game if he is to play regularly next season. "I'm not going to be the finished article just yet," Quansah admitted in March. "I'm my harshest critic. It doesn't matter if I play good or bad, I'm always going to criticize myself. I like to work on myself. I'm trying to work on everything I can to be where I want to be in the future. That takes hours of work, and that's what I'm going to do."
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel. See you next time.